This problem goes with 7th grade Number Sense Standard 1.1, which is dealing with being able to write numbers in scientific notation. We need to be able to go back and forth from the decimal form to scientific notation form. Now, this number, I think it's easier to go from scientific notation to decimal because all you have to do is just what it says. It says to take this number and multiply by 10 2 times. That's what 10 to the second means. So when we multiply 5 and 48 1/1000ths by 10 twice, every time we multiply by 10, our decimal point moves 1 to the right. So we'd have 504 and 8/10 would be the equivalent to 5.048 times 10 to the second. And so 504, it looks like our answer choice would be answer choice C. Now, neither of these problems we did on scientific notation dealt with any negative exponents, so maybe we should do one real quick. Let me make up a problem here. What if we had 4.36 times 10 to the negative 5. When we're multiplying by 10 to the negative 5, that is the same, 10 to the negative 5 is the same as 1 over 10 to the 5th. And that is the same as dividing by 10 5 times in a row, or multiplying by 1/10 by 1/10 by 1/10. So a negative exponent in a base 10, or when we're multiplying by 10 to some negative exponent, it's really the same as dividing by 10 however many times this negative exponent tells us to. So for this to change this back to decimal form, just like when we multiply by 10, our decimal moves to the right for every time we multiply by 10. Every time we divide by 10, our decimal would move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so the decimal equivalent of this number would be, I'm just filling in zeros here. Let's check that. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Yeah. So this would be the decimal equivalent to this number right here, 4.36 times 10 to the negative 5. Now, likewise, if we had this number and we wanted to rewrite it in scientific notation, we know that this decimal point needs to be moved so that our number will be between 1 and 10. And so if the decimal point has to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the left, we have to kind of undo that. That would be like multiplying by 10 5 times. Well, you can't do that without turning right around and dividing by 10 5 times as well. And so that's why the equivalent would be 4.36 times 10 to the negative 5. Because if we started with this number and we move our decimal point 5 to the right, this is kind of like undoing that to make an equivalent number. So find some practice problems in the book with scientific notation and practice that.